Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Taurus. If Taurus is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, let's see what these tea leaves have to say today. My goodness, we have a large eye. Okay, and so our card for today is the Ace of Wands. And it looks like most of our, it looks like it is, that most of our tea leaves are on one side there. Not very balanced. Okay, so we have that large eye, and that is obviously so prominent there. Really a sense of, with the Ace of Wands, we have a lot of fire, but I really feel like just a real focused interest, okay? And I feel like this is definitely a departure from where things had been. We have a ship right here, okay? But we also have what looks like another ship right here. And it looks like we almost have like a bird person and somebody kind of standing right, somebody standing right there. And so I almost feel like, there's been a departure from whatever was before. Wherever you were really like feeling drawn to whatever your routine was like, something has shifted, right? Something has changed, and it has really changed how you feel about things. Sometimes I guess it just happens, right? We're just going along, we do things the way we do them, and something, it just changes everything. And the thing that came to mind for me was last year we got sick as a family. We kept getting sick during the flu season and whatever. And when you are out of your routine for even just a week, right? It really can change. Like, it's like you've become dislodged from how you were doing things. And then things just don't seem as appealing. Maybe other things start to kind of draw you in. And so I really do. I feel that there's this big departure happening for you. And I just look at this eye and it just feels so intense. And I don't know what it is that came up, but you feel very connected to whatever this is. I mean, this is kind of like something that could alter, the course of how you're living for a while, I think. And so, I feel that it really, not only is there this movement, the energy is flowing into this new sector of thing, whatever it is. But we also have, it looks like a person who is kind of standing up here. We have another person kind of coming towards this person with their arms up. And then it looks like somebody's falling away. Okay, so I almost feel like there had been some amount of conflict, okay, and almost like there was maybe some kind of confrontation or, just like kind of a, something happened where the connection was severed, okay. Maybe this is with a friend, a work person, or even a job itself. And maybe this could be a romantic relationship, but whatever it is, it is falling away. And I feel like on a very instinctual level, you know that you have to kind of, it's not to be the aggressor, but to be the person who, kind of make sure this happens to closure. Okay, to make sure that there's not a big back and forth here. This thing is kind of over for you in your mind, and you're going to put up those boundaries, I think. And I think this is all part of like this movement of the energies of your focus. Okay, it's like it seems like there's a big kind of rebranding of life going on for you right now. And you found something that you really do care for. And I think that you are beginning to take those initial steps to kind of get more involved with it. And I don't necessarily think that this is a relationship, but I feel like this is some kind of activity or lifestyle that could feel like a relationship, something that you're getting heavily involved in, immersed in the culture, okay? And now over here we have, it looks like a flower, okay? And I feel like this is really going to be a period of blooming for you. This is going to be a beautiful, kind of enlightened time where I think you're going to feel very motivated. With that Ace of Wands energy, it's very intellectual, emotional, and there's that life, that fiery, creative energy flowing through you. Okay. And so I think that this will be something that is pretty lasting. I don't see this as kind of like a, just a passing phase, or, you like bought the stuff to do this like craft and you just never like really put any time into it, which, raise my hand, I have a cabinet full of of crafts that I had good intentions for, just not the time nor the motivation always to do it. So I don't think this is going to be like that, though. I think that you're really going to get in there. You're gonna it feels like you're changing your life. You're really, and it's funny how that can really happen sometimes. You wander into somewhere someday and you start taking a class, or you get a new job or whatever. And it's like a whole reality. You didn't even know what's going on, a whole life that was happening around you. And now you have the opportunity to explore it. And, that's a really exciting, sometimes like can be a little bit nerve-wracking. But it is a gift, an enlivening thing that, could be the new shift for you. This might be your new, focus. And I really do, I see that it seems like this is something that you could be devoted to. And I'm interested if you resonate with this energy. I would love to know, what are you doing? What are you getting into? So now I kind of see this person here with a shovel, and it looks like they are almost like they're in the wind doing work, right? And I see a little donkey here, which is another symbol of a lot of work. And I almost feel like there's this feeling of haste, like you have been maybe behind on something, and you're getting out there and you're really trying to get it done, and you are going to, you really want to do this well, okay? But you also want to do this in a timely manner. And, I think that whatever this is, you're accomplishing it. This is such a large thing. But I think this is also, because it's in this emotional zone, it's something that you care about a lot. Okay, and I feel like this is maybe why you've put it off, because it seems like it could be emotionally difficult. And I almost wonder if this has to do something with like household, domestic things, family things. Maybe you are like going and helping your family get something done, or, maybe cleaning out parts of the house, or I don't know. But I feel like you're, very diligent worker. But this has been something that you did not want to face, but it's getting to that point where you have to. Okay. And I think once you get this finished though, we have this flower turned into a fish. Okay. And that is the sign of great abundance. When I see the fish like that, I know that you are going to have a big payoff for this. And I think what a lot of this has to do with is just kind of facing this difficult thing, getting it done, and feeling like you can put it away, right? It's not going to be it's like that, you know what you're doing, you know how it's going to go for the most part probably, but you feel it's almost a fear of the emotional side of it, right? And and it can feel like a lot, but I think you're going to feel better getting these things finished, getting them done. I almost get the sense of like cleaning out things that maybe you've been keeping of maybe somebody who has passed, or maybe it's like somebody maybe you're an ex, like you've had a divorce or something and you haven't changed the home, or I don't know. I get this feeling that there's like some kind of physical transition happening, okay, in some kind of home area. It feels like it's a lot of work, but the emotional is really where the work is at, the big work. And we have a 4 at the top, so that's important, a 4. And I'm just really trying to decipher what all this kind of is. And I see, a person here with a trash can. And I just get this, it really is coming through heavily, this feeling of getting rid of things, kind of throwing things away. And we have a 2 as well right there. So I'm going to turn it just a little bit. Okay, so we're kind of just, I think that's really the big message here. And, I think that when we are going through these periods of cleansing, and it can be physical, right, in our physical world, it really is tied into a lot of the emotional too, though. I feel like, in the simple act of like getting rid of things, which, maybe it's a lot of stuff and it's not simple, maybe maybe you're moving and that's a lot of work. That's a ton of work. But whatever is going on, I feel like there's just a lot of moments of emotional outpouring that you have really not wanted to indulge, right? And you just kind of have tried to stay away from it because you don't want to have to go through that, the process of, whatever it is, crying, being angry, a sense of maybe mourning, coming back up to the top after you have dealt with some of that. And that's super understandable. But I think that this really is something that you can't kind of avoid, right? At some point it's going to have to happen. And I think the beauty of this, although it's a difficult process, it is creating room in your life to do the next thing. And I think that's what all of this focus on moving into, moving that energy, getting rid of those kind of the blockage and having room for something you are so passionate about, something that could really become like a focus of your life, one of the big priorities of your life. And that could change everything for you, really, you know. And so let's just take a look here real quick. We have a butterfly up here. And I have a bird here with its wings open. So, of course, the butterfly is the metamorphosis, the change, the transmutation from one thing to the next. And this one, almost like a phoenix, okay? I really think that there is, it's been difficult to, you've been needing to make these decisions. You've maybe even made the decisions. It's just enacting the process, getting it going. And I think out of that, there's going to be so much growth. Okay. And, there might even be a sense of, because of it being maybe a closure, really, almost a sense of guilt moving forward. But, I want to tell you that I think that even if this is a person you had, a terrible divorce from, or maybe this was an untimely loss of somebody you loved greatly or you love greatly, no matter who it is really, if they are... if you are at terrible odds now or not, at the very core of things, I think anybody would want somebody they love or have cared for, even just on a basic human level, they would want them to be able to move on and to grow and to have, a beautiful life, or at least a life of ease and contentment. And so you must cling to that as you are, being brave and moving forward in these little hurdles that you have. And, even if the person says all of the opposite, even if you feel the opposite for them, ultimately at the very core of your being, as a human being, as a divine being, we love each other, right? And we want other beings, if they have done us wrong or not, we want them to hopefully to go in grace, right? And so should you must as well, and part of that is getting these things going. All right, so we're going to look at the Dreamer's Deck, 40 affirmations for pursuing your dreams from the I Know collection. And I'm just going to go ahead and flip through these. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to turn it over. And it says, I know that I am the only person who can bring forth the creativity that lives in my body. I am magic. And you are magic. Beautiful, divine, glorious, full of this, fire of life, creativity. So get those blockages going. Get that stuff out of here, right? Okay, Taurus, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it really helps the channel a lot. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing so. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And if you want to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. They mean a lot to me. And so I love you. Take care of yourself and do the dang thing, right? All right. We'll talk in just a few days.